Good morning everyone. This is Kailin Kamikawa. The Korean just recently got into trouble in the Philippines. While the heat hasn't cooled, it's causing a similar uproar in Vietnam. A Seoul civil servant has dropped the signboard of Rising Sun flag from a Japanese restaurant in Vietnam. A South Korean report reported that it was a feat of urban diplomatic history. According to Yongsan GU, Seoul on the 23rd, Yoon Sung-bae, director of the Yongsan International Exchange Office, said on the 1st. I visited a Japanese restaurant in Khai En Han, Vietnam. Director Yun visited the cafeteria manager when he saw a signboard similar to the Rising Sun flag installed at the top of the entrance. The design of the signboard is similar to the war criminal flag that symbolizes Japanese imperialism, so it is better to change the design. I proposed. The manager said, I sympathize with the point, but the interior contractor did the work, and he has no authority to change the design, he replied. Director Yun talked directly to the interior contractor, used Facebook, put a picture of the signboard, and I made the problem public. Students from the International Exchange Office, Khai En Han Seung Institute, operated by Director Yun, the group started calling the cafeteria to protest. Yun visited the cafeteria again 2 days later to persuade the owner directly, but rather, the shopkeeper demanded compensation, saying, in Vietnam's courtesy, it is more problematic to interfere with the business of others. Director Yun convinced the shopkeeper again, I want you to change the signboard because I will erase the writing and pay the cost directly. The shopkeeper eventually changed his mind. The new sign, which was installed 3 days later, had the problematic Asahi erased and a 45-degree diagonal line was placed. Yun, thanks to the shopkeeper for making a wise decision. I believe it will be the most famous dining room in Khai En Han. I posted a photo of a strange signboard on Facebook. Khai En Han is an international tourist city that has recently been in the limelight. Due to its connection with Yongsan GU in South Korea, it has become a pro-Korean city that represents Vietnam. At Khai En Han City Hall, the Taeguk flag is fluttering 365 days a year. At Khai En Han City Phuket Airport, which had a direct flight earlier this year, welcome. We welcome you to Khai En Han, a sister city of Yongsan GU, Seoul, South Korea. There is a Hangul placard called, At the time of the Vietnam War in 1965, a fierce tiger unit founded in Yongsan was stationed in Khai En Han City. However, since the establishment of diplomatic relations between South Korea and Vietnam in 1992, the soldiers who participated in the war have been proposed to have friendly exchanges between cities. In 1996, Yongsan GU member Song Jang-yun, the director of the ward, visited Khai En Han as a representative. Since then, through various exchanges, the mayor of the ward office received the Vietnam Friendship Medal in 2018. The Yongsan International Exchange Office, led by Director Yun, has been open since its opening in 2016. Korean language course King Seung Institute, making a house of love, building a kindergarten, supporting cataract treatment, we are in charge of local businesses such as. Last year, we sponsored a Bin Din Sun investment information session for Korean companies. This change in the signboard of the war criminal flag will be recorded in the history of urban diplomacy, said Sun. I want the ward and public officials to do their best so that history can be established correctly, he said. On September 23, 2020, South Korea's Yonhap news agency, the signboard designed by the Rising Sun flag in Vietnamese restaurants has been revised due to the obsession of Korean civil servants, he reported. From Korean internet users, I respect you. It's not easy and it doesn't lead to career advancement. A true patriot. If all the people have a mind like him, South Korea will last forever. There are many praises such as, the government should give a prize to these civil servants. On the other hand, why is only South Korea fighting Japan when many countries have been damaged by Japan? Lamenting voice, what are you doing at a foreign business? It's embarrassing. It's extra noisy. Vietnamese don't care. There were also negative opinions such as, recently, a popular influencer from the Philippines, Bella Porch, has been talking about the Rising Sun flag. also posted a photo with a tattoo of the rising sun flag on his left arm on SNS and was criticized by Korean internet users. "I didn't know the historical background of the rising sun flag," said Bella Pouch. "I apologized but a Korean internet user racist remarks such as, 'Poor Filipinos are small and have no education,' were heard." Furthermore, the Philippine net user who saw this the hashtag, "Apologize for South Korea," has led to a counterattack. What do you guys think about this article? Did they reflect on what happened in the Philippines? Am I the only one who feels that I haven't reflected on anything? In this way, the store manager who does not understand anything has attached Ikemen to the business of others in other countries, have the students call in protest, attack in a group. It seems that the shopkeeper was also frustrated, saying, "I'm sorry, Ikemen Kramer has come." Regarding the relationship between Japan and Vietnam, during World War II, the Japanese troops were stationed in Vietnam. At that time, the whole area of Vietnam was a French colony in a region called Indochina. The Japanese troops drove off the French troops in Vietnam. After the end of the war, France relocated to Indochina to occupy and plan to continue the colony. An independence movement was triggered in this area. At that time, some of the remaining Japanese soldiers have a history of fighting the French army in cooperation with the independent army. What did South Korea do in Vietnam? During the Vietnam War, late 1960s to early 1970s, the South Korean army that participated in this war as an alliance of the United States raped many Vietnamese women. In addition, they were forced to work as comfort women for Korean soldiers. And many women became pregnant and gave birth due to being raped. He explains that there are currently 5,000 to 30,000 mixed-race babies born in Vietnam. If I write more than this, it seems to be banned, so I will stop it. I want you to remember that South Korea is such a country. Which is the war criminal country in this case as well? Which country does not learn history? What do you think, everyone? I would appreciate it if you could comment. See you next time. See you.